Hey guys, so in this video we're going to be breaking down the new EXs coming to Legends tomorrow night. We're going to be taking a look at, the 4 new EXs for the HERA clan in this video, and then I'm going to be doing a separate video looking at the new Sparkings coming. So this video will be Goku, Zangief, Bhujin, and Beto, and then the next video was going to be the new Legends Limited Gohan, followed by Bojack and the Trunks. So that's just I don't really want to put all 7 units together in one video. I just think it would be way too long. So we will take a look at the new EXs here. We have Goku to start things off with. I believe this is the only extreme transforming unit in the entire game. So this is something they're trying out here. I don't know why they even made him an extreme. They might as well just made him a Sparking at this point. I don't know, but obviously he's on the HERA clan team. That's probably his main team. Movies as well, so those are, HERA clan, I don't really know if I would consider that a quote-unquote main team. Actually, it's probably more so a sub tag. Main team's gonna be movies most likely. So he's a melee type and he's blue. So stats, remember, he just transforms, so these stats are actually very good pre-transformation here. So 240 for the main offensive stat, which is strike attack, pretty good. And then defenses, they actually aren't that bad either. 155, 160. I'm obviously looking at it at 14 stars, but just for comparison's sake, that's what we're looking at here. So main ability is a Galaxy Soldier's Duty. Transform into full power Goku, restores health by 20% and ki by 50. Destroys all of your own cards and randomly draws 4 new ones. It's actually really, really good. Usually when units transform, they don't have like ridiculously powerful main abilities that do other things in addition to the transformation. I would actually argue that this is a very, very powerful main ability. This is kind of like a mini version of Purple Demon King Piccolo, his transformation. Because we can take a look at this right here, right? He transforms. He's basically doing the same exact thing, except he's just doing a little bit more in terms of the health he's getting back and ki. So it's not that different. It's pretty comparable, which is crazy considering the, I guess, the hoops you have to jump through in order to get this guy transformed. So pretty good main ability there. Unique ability number 1 is just getting started. Applies the following effects to self when battle starts. 30% damage, cannot be cancelled. 50% of Q recovery, and then 50% to Vanishing Gauge recovery. I believe Legends Road Piccolo has that same amount of Vanishing Gauge recovery when you Zenkai'd. Let me just make sure that's correct. Yeah, for 10 timer counts. This guy just has this permanently. It's actually a really, really powerful ability. Any way to manipulate Vanishing Gauge recovery or switch timers, like those are the 2 most powerful effects in this game, I think. So very, very good. And then the second unique ability is Assertion of Battle. 60% damage inflicted against tag Hybrid Saiyans, cannot be cancelled. And then he reduces damage received from Hybrid Saiyans by 30%. So clearly a unit that's specifically designed to neuter Red Gohan. I assume they realize people are fed up with fighting him, and that he's been too good for too long. So they're trying to push people to use this guy in order to fend him off. And then he also gets an extra 40% damage inflicted for 15 counts when he enters the battlefield, as well as reduces damage received by 30% for 15 counts. And then he has minus 5 strike arts cost for 15 timer counts. So when he switches in, he's getting 70% damage inflicted. And then he's getting an extra 60% to hybrid. So that's 130% damage he's doing to Hybrid Saiyans. That's pretty damn good. Normal strike, normal blast. Special move is Devilish Blade. Deals major slice damage. Inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade plus 20% strike damage received for 15 timer counts upon activation. And it has blast armor. Pretty good. The only thing I would change is maybe make this massive, but that's a nitpick. It's an EX, right? Like at the end of the day, that's what you have to remember about this guy. Green card is Refined Swordsmanship. Randomly draws 1 new card. And then inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade plus 20% to slice and pierce damage received for 30 timer counts. Activates once. Okay, it's not spectacular. And then his Z ability is Movies Health. Finally, we've needed a health buff for Movies for a long time. Finally, we got one. And then he also gives HERA clan. Yeah, this is like the sub tag buff, strike attack. So, yeah. That looks really good. So that's before transformation. Let's go ahead and see what he's like after transformation. Look at this. Look, hold on a second. Like, I just want to pull up another unit here for a quick second. Green Goku Black has one of the higher stats in the game once he's transformed at 14 stars. His main offensive stat is 288. This guy's is 281. He's an EX. His defenses are 168, 173. So his defenses are actually better than Green Goku Black transformed. Okay, this is pretty good. So the main ability becomes Decisive Strike, draws a special move arts card next, so it draws a green card, restores ki by 50, and then gives 30% to next special move damage inflicted. First unique ability is a Soldier's Spirit, applies the following effects to self after transforming, 40% to strike to all damage inflicted for 60 counts. He gets 50% to ki recovery for 60 counts, and then the following effects occur when his character is defeated. Inflicts all enemies with no switching for 5 counts, and then inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade, or sorry, not all enemies, just enemy with attribute downgrade, plus 30% damage received for 15 counts. He keeps the Hybrid Saiyan specialized buffs here, and then applies the following effects to self when this character enters the battlefield, 40% to damage inflicted, which is damage received by 30%. So this is the same as well. And then additionally, if the enemy's tag Hybrid Saiyan, inflicts all enemies with no switching for 5 counts. Activates twice. He actually does pick up Massive on the blue card when he transforms. Okay. And then the green card becomes Power Trample. 30% damage is inflicted for 10 counts. Upon activation, the following effects occur on hit. Okay, so this is a lunging forward green card. Restores Vanishing Gauge by 70%, and it forces the enemy to switch out and has Blast Armor. 70% is a lot for Vanishing Gauge restoration. And I believe the way this works is because these activate at the start of battle, like these buffs persist when he transforms. So we're looking at 30% damage plus 40%, that's 70% damage, plus 40%, that's 110% damage. So he's doing 110% damage when he's transformed. Plus, he's also doing an extra 60% to hybrids. So he's doing 170% damage to hybrids with a lock with these stats. Pretty good. For an EX, I would say that that's pretty good. All right. Let's move on to Zangief here. So Zangief is a yellow ranged type unit. Again, all these units are basically only on the movies team, as well as HERA clan with their secondary tag. I'm hoping that they do something with the banners to let us have an easier time getting these guys because they're EXs, and EXs typically have very, very bad pull rates, so we'll see what they do there. But in terms of the stats, 230 strike, 237 blast, and then 144 strike defense, 150 blast defense. So the stats aren't too great, but keep in mind from what we know of Zangief right now is we know that she can get up to 2 times card draw speed fairly easily, actually. So we'll see how that works here. So her main ability is Relentless Pursuit, restores ki by 50, and Vanishing Gauge by 70%. Applies buff effect, nullifies enemy special actions that activate when changing cover to self for 15 counts. So again, you know, the LF Broly ability, LF Majin Vegeta sort of effect here. 70% Vanishing Gauge restoration is really, really good. First unique ability is Swift Victory, applies the following effects to self when battle starts. 60% of damage inflicted for 80 counts, cannot be cancelled, increases arch card draw speed by 1 level for 60 counts, reduces damage received by 40% for 60 counts, and then -5 to blast arts cost for 80 counts. So the only thing I will say about this is that they're all timed, so this is 80, 60, 60, 80. Would have been better just to have them be permanent, because at the end of the day, once you get down to like the second half of the battle, this character's gonna be pretty bad. Right? With all these buffs worn out at that point, this character's not going to be spectacular anymore. Applies the following effects to self when this character enters the battlefield. Plus 40% of blast damage inflicted for 20 counts. Increases arch card draw speed by another level for 5 counts, and then 50% to ki recovery for 20 counts. So basically when you switch in, she's getting 60% to all damage, plus an extra 40% of blast damage. So she has 100% to blast damage, and then 60% to all other damage. Then she has level 2 card draw speed for 5 timer counts, assuming that it's within the first 60 counts of the battle, and plus 50% to ki recovery, and -5 to blast arts cost. So she's going to be switching in and comboing for a long, long time. And I feel like that's the reason why they didn't really go super ham with her stats here. I mean, 237,000 blasts at 14 stars, fully maxed out, is not good. Just flat out, that is not a good number. Yeah, I know she's an EX, but the reason why they went so light on the stats, I think, is just because of her kit, right? I mean, these are very short, unique abilities, but they're very, very powerful. Special move is Shoot Blaster, deals major explode damage, inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade, minus 50% health restoration for 10 counts. The green card is Battle Stance, restores key by 50, and then plus 20% of blast damage inflicted for 10 counts, and then destroys all of your own cards and randomly draws 2 new ones. That's good. I mean, this is a really good green card. 50 key on a green card is really good. This one destroys all of your own cards and randomly draws 2 new ones. I don't know how much that's going to actually factor into her kit, just because she's going to be drawing so many cards anyway. We'll see. It could be good, though, in certain situations. And then she holds 2 blast cards, and then she's giving movies, blast attack and defense, and then an extra blast defense buff to HERA clan. So she's giving double blast defense to HERA clan. It's a lot. 32% plus an extra. So she's giving 54% blast defense to HERA clan. Pretty good. All right, so that's Zangief. I would say Zangief definitely looks interesting. She's going to be a very easy unit to use, right? You're just going to come in and start comboing a lot. That's the whole unit. My worry, though, is that there's so many cover change units in this meta right now that, like, you're going to come in, like, in a really good spot with this unit, and you're going to be ready to, like, combo for, like, 10,000 years or something, and you're just going to get cover changed, and you're not really going to be able to do anything about it, and it's just going to stop your combo, right? And then you're going to lose this card draw speed, and then your opportunity to combo with this unit is going to be over, like, very fast. So to me, this guy seems way better so far, but we'll see what the other EXs look like here. We have Bhujin next. He is a support type unit, so again, movies, HERA clan are his only teams. Blast attack is 241, which is his main offensive stat. Defense is very bad, 145 and 148, even worse than Zangief's. And then his strike is basically non-existent. His main ability is Ruthless Psychic Power. So we saw this main ability shown off in the video or revealed stuff, and this looks like one of the better main abilities in the entire game, honestly. So he draws a green card. Okay. He inflicts all enemies with no switching for 10 counts. This is a traditional, lock. This is a green Bardock level lock ability. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade minus 100% to health restoration for 30 counts. They can't heal at all. He gets 60% of blast damage for 30 counts. It's a very long time. And then he gets 60% chance to inflict paralysis upon landing a special arts hit for 30 counts. So this is obviously with the green card, which he draws from his main ability as well. So you lock them in and paralyze them, and then you can, if they have endurance, you can pop their endurance and still kill them. So that's very, very powerful main ability. First unique ability is Conceited Mind. The following effects occur when his character enters the battlefield. 70% damage inflicted for 15 counts. So again, you stack this on top of the main ability buff of 60% of blast damage. He's getting 130% of blast damage inflicted. That's very high. Then he reduces damage received by 30% for 15 counts. He reduces enemy key by 15. So he has like a sort of defensive utility sort of thing going on here with the key reduction, but I don't really think you're going to be switching this guy in to, eat the combos very often with those defenses, but we'll see. Second unique ability is Cunning Trap. While this character is on the battlefield, applies the following effects to enemy when enemy switches characters. Reduces key by 30, and then they get -1 to arts card draw speed for 15 counts. It's very annoying. The special move is Psychic Blaze. Deals major pierce damage and inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade -100% to key recovery for 10 counts, and then a 100% chance to inflict heavy bleed. Nothing really too crazy there. The green card is Psycho Thread. Applies the following effects to enemy on hit. Seals 1 card slot randomly, and the sealed card slot cannot be used for 10 timer counts. And then he has a 40% chance to inflict Paralyze. So my question is, does this 40% just get added on to this 60%? Because if that's the case, then you have a 100% chance to inflict Paralysis with the green card. Which honestly, it's not super crazy when you think about it, because like Red Frieza can already do that. But that's annoying when they're locked in. Like they actually can't switch, and they're paralyzed. That's pretty good, and you can combo this too. So like if you catch them in a combo, right? You got let's just say you start a combo with this guy, you catch him with like a blast card or something. You pop the main ability, you lock them in, you draw a green card, you paralyze them, then you keep comboing them and then you rush them or something. Like, I don't know. Like that sounds pretty absurd to me. And then this guy buffs blast attack and defense, and then he gives an additional strike defense buff to HERA clan as well. So there is Bhujin, and now, what you've all been waiting for, we are going to get to, whoops. We are going to get to Beto, everyone's favorite character in all of Dragon Ball. He is a support type as well. Defenses are actually pretty good, 157 and 156. I mean, they're pretty good, but they're not like amazing. Like obviously, you compare them to like Goku, they're not that great, but they're better than Zangief's, better than Bujin's. Main offensive stat 243 is nothing crazy, and his blast stat is basically terrible. But he's a support type, so we'll see what he's able to do here. Main ability is bulging biceps. Nice name. Draws a special arts card, so draws a green card, which doesn't keep by 50, and then 30% strike damage for 20 counts. Pretty basic. Unique ability number 1 is Galactic Terror. 40% damage inflicted per episode Sagos in the movies battle member, other than this character in the party when battle starts. So he just gives a straight up 40% buff to Sagos in the movies. That's actually really good. Just straight up. Okay, and then he applies the following effects to self when this character enters the battlefield, which was by 40, wow. And then he reduces damage received by 20%, activates twice. I don't really think that matters too much. This is really good. Just a 40% buff to every battle member besides himself. Like if you're running this guy with Blue Gogeta, right? Blue Gogeta is going to be getting 40% extra damage just for free. The second unique ability is Clan Unity. Applies the following effects to allies when this character switches to standby. Restores health by 10%, activates 3 times, so sort of like number 1 Vegeta. Then he also has 20% of strike damage inflicted for 20 timer counts, and then 20% of damage inflicted by tag HERA clan for 20 timer counts. So if you switch out this character and you're using this guy with Goku, let's just assume you're using him with Goku, right? You're giving Goku 80% strike damage as a support unit. That's unbelievable. Like he's getting 40% from here, and then he's getting another 20% strike damage from here, and then he's getting another 20% just all damage because he's in HERA clan. Even like a character that's not on the HERA clan tag, and they're just on movies, like Blue Gogeta again. Blue Gogeta is going to be getting 60% strike damage when he switches this character out. Oh, that's a really, really, really powerful support ability right there for Bhujin, or Beto, sorry. And then his blue card is Brave Gatling. Deals major explode damage, reduces enemy key by 70. And then the green card is Inhuman Strength. Applies the following effects to self on hit. So another lunging forward green card. 30% strike damage inflicted, and then randomly draws 1 card, and it's comboable. And then Sagos in the movies, base strike attack and defense, and then HERA clan gets extra strike attack as well. So that's probably going to be pretty good for Bojack there. But that is it for the EXs. They all look pretty good. I don't really think any of these EXs looks bad at all. We got them all pretty much fulfilling a certain role. Like this guy's a mega support unit. This guy is just a very annoying like paralysis locking unit. Zangief is a combo monster, and then Goku is just like does damage and tanks and does everything. I don't know. But that's it for this one. I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. Let me know down below what you guys think of the new EXs coming out. Hopefully they make them easier to pull than normal, but we shall see. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all in the next one.